What's up, everybody? This is my review of the Las Vegas Reptile Super Show. Um, I am going to try to keep it a little on the short side, as you can hear in my voice. Yes, the beer flu has finally caught me after how long, babe? 2 whole years. 2 whole years of not getting it. I finally got it at Vegas. So, as they say, what's the saying? Anything that happens in Vegas should stay in Vegas. That did not happen to me. It followed me home, and now I have the Rona. Either way, let's get to the review. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I've been excited to give this to you guys to let you know how the show went, and now I have to make the video since my buddy Brian Cusco shouted me out for the review. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the shout out, and I love you. And I hope you guys are doing well. So, Las Vegas Reptile Super Show. Overall, I think for the first time, it went great. It was a good show. I think it would have been a great show for anybody going to their first reptile show. It was a little bit on the lower end. I wouldn't want to say lower end, but not as packed and as, say, Anaheim or Pomona. And I think there's a few things that go along to why that was. One, it's Vegas. Vegas is always tricky. There's so many things distracting everybody, from gambling to shows to, things to see on the strip. There was a huge UFC fight that was going on, and then you also had a bunch of people coming in for fantasy football league starting. So I think it was just kind of a whirlwind of, maybe wrong time, wrong place situation. But I think as far as the first time being in Vegas, the turnout was pretty good. And the reason why I say it would have been great for maybe a first time goer to a show would be because the crowd load was lower, as I just said. But that gives you more time to connect. And I think the one thing people forget or don't think about when they go to these shows is the connection and networking. That's key and critical, especially if you want to be in this industry. And that's something that I've noticed over the last, I would say, year and a half that I've been in this. I've been really going hard on my networking within the last 6 months, and the connections that I've made has really changed my knowledge in the industry, who I am connected with, who I talk to, and it's just been it's been an entire game changer for me. And I think anybody who wants to be in this does need to be going to these shows and really putting themselves out there and meeting and connecting with these not only creators but breeders and vendors alike. I know there was some mixed ideologies on, are they going to return, are they going to come back, and again, from a newcomer looking in with a fresh perspective, and also being an entrepreneur over the years. No, I've never vended at a breeding show, but I think, for a show to continue to grow, there needs to be communal support. A gentleman that I met at one of the booths, I believe his name was Mike. Mike, if it was you, thank you for this. What's up, brother? I hope you're having a great week. That as a community, we need to also be helping and pushing these shows to grow. And I think he hit it spot on. Rami, who is the promoter and runs the Reptile Super shows, does an amazing job at getting the venues, getting everything set up for the event, and does all of that for us, for the attendees, for the vendors, everything. I think it's the community's job, in my opinion, and kind of regurgitating what Mike had said, because I think the point was spot on. It is our job on top of that to promote the shows, push the shows, because it's like, if you're saying if I don't know, give me an artist, I don't know, Panic at the Disco or Queen or whoever, if they're playing at the Staples Center and you go and see the show at the Staples Center and they suck, they just blow chunks on stage, you're gonna blame the artist, or you should blame the artist. You wouldn't blame the Staples Center for the show sucking. So when people say, oh, I'm not going to come back to the show because I didn't make any sales, or I didn't like. And I'm not. I'm generalizing. I'm not pointing out any fingers, but it's our job as a community to now next year. Okay, what could have gone better this time? Now let's fix that. Let's help promote it more. Let's see what we can get involved more and push more. The point is, if we want this show to grow and become an Anaheim or a Pomona, we ourselves need to be continuing pushing behind the promoter and the event. So, for all of those that did not have a good time at the show, or didn't enjoy the show, or didn't think it was worth coming back, try to think of it in a different light. Everything that goes involved and that goes behind the scenes to put these things together, and just be a little bit more open-minded about what could happen the next year. I'm excited. I hope that Vegas still is around when I'm ready to vend and I'm ready to have animals and everything. So I would honestly, I'm stoked. So, as long as we're here on the West Coast, by the time that happens, which I don't know if we'll be, we're thinking of moving to Pennsylvania, hopefully. But as long as, if we are on the West Coast and Pomona, Anaheim, and Vegas are still around, and I'm ready to vend and we're ready to take some animals out, I'm excited to go. I want to help promote these shows. I want to help make the industry bigger. I want to help bring in new people. It's just an idea. It's just a way to look at this. I think that Vegas was a great start to a potentially great expo, and that can easily just be as big as Pomona or Anaheim. Outside of that, we also had fun Friday night. I want to say thank you to Brian Bode and his wife. I believe her name is Amber. Amber, don't kill me if I got it wrong, but I love you guys. We had a fun little barbecue at Brian's house. Got to get into some shenanigans. Brian was showing a few of us some of his collection, and dude has bangers. Banger after banger after banger. Just like, these animals are amazing, and like, it's like, it's crazy to see a lot of these snakes in person than on camera. On camera, that just doesn't do it justice. Like, you have to be in person to see how beautiful these animals are. And I'm extremely excited to see what he's cooking up. Like, there's some stuff in the incubator that I am excited to see that he hits those combinations, because the dude's always pushing. He's been in the game, 15, 20 years, and he's just like pushing the recessive game right now. On top of the barbecue, we had pulled a little prank on Dave Kaufman. It was my first time meeting Dave, and I wanted to make an impression on him. And we based it around a story that Ryan McVeigh from VivTech had told us. My wife helped me with the design of the t-shirt that we had made. It basically said Jean Short Jesus, and on the front it says JSJ Fan Club. I'd love to make more of these, so if you guys can convince Dave to be down to do this and make more of the t-shirts, maybe we can put part of the proceeds to US Arc to help raise funds for US Arc. But I'd just love to make more of these. I think it was a fun little joke. I know Dave, he got a good chuckle out of it, but that story will always haunt him. I'm sorry, Dave. We love you, and I can't wait to see you again, buddy. But overall, again, I think the show was great. I think as far as attendance, it was just kind of a whirlwind of everything that was happening in Vegas at the time. So just wrong place, wrong time. But I think it was decent. I wanted to give a shout out to Herp Time, my buddy Armin. I think I would give him one of the best tables at the show. He had such unique animals there, different than a lot of the other stuff that was out there. Most of the animals there were ball pythons or crested geckos. That's the one thing that I felt, at least for me, was a little bit of a downer. I love ball pythons and I love crested geckos, but I think as now that I'm a little bit more experienced with what I'm keeping and what I'm looking for, I want more diversification in what breeders are breeding and doing. And I know there's not always money in certain species because they're not as big as ball pythons or say reticulated pythons or anything more common like a hognose or corn snake, but it's always nifty to see something you don't always see every single day and get more information and seeing that animal in person instead of on camera. So I just want to say, if you guys want to see some cool animals, some really unique animals, head over to Herptime on Instagram and on YouTube, and make sure to subscribe to my buddy Armin there. He's got amazing stuff, amazing animals, and I can't wait to connect with him, since we live both locally in California, and get to see what he's working with at home. I mean, there's a few things I want from him. So in the meantime, until then, go give Armin some love, and I will see you guys next time. But yeah, I'm off to Arlington next week. I'm excited for that one. That is going to be my first Arlington that I'm attending, and I'll be meeting up with my best buddy Lucas Bagnera, and then also Phil Thompson from Thompson Cold Blood. He's kind enough to let me stay with him. I'm excited to get more footage for you guys to show you our journey as reptile keepers and eventual breeders. Other than that, thank you again. Thank you for the support so far, as we are transitioning this channel from my art channel to our reptile channel. I appreciate every bit of love that we get. Thank you again, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, wonderful week, wonderful day, wherever, whenever you're at. I'll talk to you later. Peace.